Welcome to Australasian Bus and Coach TV, and today we're in not very sunny Sunbury on the northwestern edge of Melbourne, test driving Sunbury Bus Services' latest acquisition, and that's a brand new Scania K400 4x2 with the Australian-built coach design body. It's got the big 13-litre Scania engine, pushing out 400 horsepower and 2100 newton metres of torque, and it's got the 8-speed version of Scania's automated manual transmission called the OptiCruise. And this coach's dedicated driver, in more ways than one, is Frank Traun, who's a diesel mechanic and auto electrician by trade, but he's been driving coaches for the past 30 years, so he's seen lots of improvements in that time. As far as Frank's concerned, this coach is a beauty.
I would rate this coach as probably the best that I've had. It's the first with the OptiCruise automated transmission, which makes life a lot easier, and it's changing very smoothly, and yeah, it's a pleasure to drive. Steering's very direct and light without being too light, and it rides quite smooth, particularly for a single axle coach, so it's a great thing. The coach has a lot of power. It's got 400 horses and yes, very, very good on the hills and makes the journey a lot easier. Yeah, it's great. The power enhances the safety in this vehicle in that the merging capabilities with the horsepower that it has makes it very safe to get into merging traffic. It's quite a good coach to drive in busy traffic. Finishing the new coaches these days, and particularly in this one, it's come a long way. Using the latest aircraft style roofing, which really brightens it up and enhances it, so the finish is excellent. There's very little outside noise, particularly in the driver's area. Up this end of the coach is very quiet. The transmission retarder on this coach is, well, I don't think we'll ever have to replace the brake linings. You can use it just lightly, and you're relying on the brakes very little, except in an emergency. Visibility with the extra windows around you makes it much easier, and of course we've got the reversing cameras these days. 13 litres is quite large for a bus engine, and in the old days you'd be pouring a lot of fuel down that 13 litres, but with the new fuel systems, particularly in the Scania engines these days, they've improved the fuel efficiency quite a lot, and you'll find that you'll be using less fuel, better performance out of this size engine than what you did in smaller engines in the past. The automated transmissions these days are very good, but it's good to have the manual mode, because there's one thing a computer can't see up the road, that there's a hill there and the gradient of that hill, and if you had in the automatic economy mode going up a hill, it could start changing from say 7th to 8th, back to 7th, 8th, but if you put it on manual mode, then you stop that surging from one gear to the other. I'm proud to say that I've never injured anybody and never had a serious accident over those 30 years. And with the safety features that are in the coaches these days, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to continue that till retirement.
Having a pretty good spin on secondary road, the freeway and around town, I can fully endorse everything that Frank says about how good a coach this is to drive. It's fantastic. So no more needs to be said about that. I spent a fair bit of time as a passenger with Frank driving, and these Mcconnell seats are terrific. What I particularly like is very good lumbar support, and as you'd expect with coach design, quality finish, great vision, plenty of leg room in the 48 seats, because taking up a fair bit of space is a centre toilet and a centre door. The only quibble I've got is that I am a bit surprised sitting beside the access hole that there's more noise than I was expecting coming up from the drive line and engine, but Sunbury's planning to run a removable carpet runner down the aisle. And to read a lot more about the coach, check out ABC magazine.